Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and wherever you have that in your chart. And the beauty of it is we all have everything in our chart, so this could be for you. My readings are also timeless, so whenever you catch this is the right time for you. But remember, if it doesn't resonate, don't try and make it fit. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. And yeah, I have a new setup. I decided to try something a little bit different, and I'm kind of liking this a little bit better so far. We'll see how it goes. Um, the lighting is just better, I feel. I don't have that light behind me. Um, so, yes, I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle. I'll be clarifying with some other decks. And I have also let the universe choose a song for you. And the title of your song is Starlight. And um, yeah, what's really coming to me about that title is starlight, that you are becoming a star in your life, that you are about ready, maybe you've already begun to light up, to move into some kind of new phase. So let's dive in. So we have here and now. All of your cards are in the upright, by the way, which is really cool. Um, it's all about being here in the present moment. Past and the future do not exist. It's good to think about where you've been in the past to get the lessons so that you can move forward, to understand how to move forward in a different way than maybe you have before, and to think about the future in terms of where are you going, what do you want, what kind of goals do you have. But really your power lies in this moment right here, right now. And uh so we have mending, which speaks to releasing things from, particularly from the past. So, if you typically spend a lot of time thinking about issues that you've had with other people, having trouble releasing and forgiving, now is the time to focus on the now, to release yourself from wherever you've been stuck. The thing about forgiveness is it doesn't let people off the hook necessarily. You're not condoning anyone's behavior. You are simply acknowledging that, yes, things happen, that you were not on the same page with someone to some extent, and that everyone was doing the best they could in the moment with what they knew, what they had, and learning the lesson. And if somebody wronged you and that really hurt, that really sucked, taking the lesson from that and being like, okay, I'm not going to deal with that person anymore. It doesn't mean something about me specifically. I think we often get stuck on issues of the past because we end up making it mean something. Well, this person did this, so that must mean I'm whatever. Everyone's got a different story, but this is about coming to that place of allowing, mending where you can, forgiving, releasing yourself from decisions you've made in the past, forgiving yourself. That can often trip us up because we're like, well, how could I have let myself get into a situation with someone, or create some kind of situation that led to loss or failure or something? And this is being like, okay, I learned something from that. I'm not going to make certain choices like I have in the past. Yeah, that crazy cat. So anyway, yeah, there's this whole thing about being in the moment, and releasing yourself so you can move forward. And then we have the poised card, which this one really lines up with the title of the song, Starlight. It's like you're poised, you are ready to step into the limelight, to become the star of your own life. There is some kind of energetic momentum building for you. And if you're not seeing the results just yet, they're coming. And this card is speaking, all of these are speaking about acting as if spending time right in the moment, right here and now, and acting as if you already are living the life of your dreams. You already have the fulfillment that you want. Acting as if, as you visualize, as you feel into what it would be like to already have those things that you want, that when you do it consistently, that creates a new belief. And it's our beliefs that help us to change our lives. And you are ready for that. You are, I mean, look at that. This is being so excited for what's to come, feeling so lit up and passionate about where you're heading. And in this card, we have all the stars. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. All right, so I'm going to look at the good tarot and see what the good tarot has to say about all this. Seven of Earth. This came up in your last reading. Oh my goodness. Yes. This is focusing on a new strategy, being at a crossroads, making some kind of decision one way or the other. Do you continue where you've on the same trajectory that you were on before, or do you drop it all and try something new? I'm really getting that it's time to try something new. It's time to make a new choice. Yes, maybe you've put a lot of time and effort and energy and yourself into something, but that doesn't mean that's where you should continue going. Sometimes sometimes we put all of ourselves into something so that we can gain something from that, so we can learn something. And then it's time to release it and let go. It's it's sort of like, it makes me think of school, where chances are you get through your schooling, and you probably don't remember 80 to 90% of what you actually studied. You spend the time, you cram for tests, you overall you gain some kind of knowledge, but those specifics, if you're talking about like those specific dates in history, or those specific algorithms in math, or whatever, if you're not actually majoring in that thing, most likely you're going to forget. And it's not necessarily about the knowledge, taking those specific um that specific knowledge that you've learned and remembering it forever and ever. It's more around, once you get your diploma, once you graduate or whatever, you have this sense of accomplishment. I did it. I passed. Now I understand what it takes to get through the process. And this is life in general. School kind of prepares us for life, just in like, sometimes you got to do stuff. You have to learn stuff you don't want to learn. And it's boring as heck. And you're just like, this is such a waste of time. But what it's really doing is it's teaching you how to persevere, how to get through, go the long haul, go the distance, and come to a place where you're like, yeah, okay, I did that. No, I don't remember every little detail of every class I took, That's okay. That's not the point. And so anyway, long long-winded explanation that's basically saying you've been through what you've been through. It doesn't need to feel like a loss if you walk away from something because you have gained so much. It's just not in the way you expected when you first started. Okay. So then we have messenger of earth, all about putting in the effort, going the distance, being able to sustain yourself as you go, to have the endurance to make it through to the end. And and doing your best as you go. Making making the effort, doing the things from a place of integrity because as long as you're always doing your best, then you can, at the end of the day, you're like, well, no matter what happened, I was showing up for myself in my life. And this is you, I think, as you begin this new cycle, this new path, whatever you're doing, you understand through everything you've been through in the past that it is going to require some effort, some time, maybe a lot of time, and that's okay because you are going to get to the end and you're going to have that point where you're like, yay me, I did learn something. I learned how to get to the next phase. And you are going to learn things that you have no idea you are actually meant to learn. That's part of life. That's part of the unknown. So it's, and that's where being in the moment, but staying present is so beneficial and so important because then you actually you're not too stuck on how you think things need to turn out and what direction things need to go. Usually when we start a path, we end up in a different place than we started. In some way, shape, or form because we learn along the way and we realize where we need to pivot, where we need to course correct, make changes. And the nine of fire. Ah, feeling cautious and uncertain because, yes, we start a new path. We don't know what's going to happen. We are facing the unknown. We are walking into the unknown, into the darkness. There's a lot of possibility there, but gosh, it can be uncomfortable. It can be painful sometimes. And it's like, dealing with the fear and being like, well, I feeling the fear, but I'm going to go for it anyway. As long as you're in the moment, most of the time, 99% of the time, what's happening right now in this moment is is okay. Everything's fine. It's when we start thinking about the past and falling into depression, thinking about the future and going into a place of anxiety. That's what trips us up. When you can just try and stay in the moment as much as you can. And I know it is not easy. I'm the first one to say it is not easy, but the more you can do that, the easier it is to take each step forward towards what you want. And trust. It does come down to trust. You've made it through other stuff in the past. You can make it through this too. So I'm going to look at the Oracle Tarot. So much explaining today. Oh my goodness. New career moves. Yeah, you're starting something new. Career wise, money wise, financially, doing something. I did mention school. I brought that up for some reason. Maybe you are taking some kind of course. You're going back to school. You're doing something that's going to lead you in a new direction that is much more exciting to you, that you feel much more passionate about, and that will eventually lead you into the limelight, into becoming a star, the star of your life. Purposeful action, taking those consistent baby steps, moving forward regardless of the fear. And this card, I always have to point this out. She's moving forward. And quite quickly, she's got the wind in her hair. She's leaning back just a little bit. It's like, okay, I'm going forward, but I'm a little bit scared. And this is the card of feeling the fear and doing it anyway, because you are moving towards something that you know is right for you. When you're taking purposeful action, you're being driven by passion in some way. Something that really that makes you so excited, that really lights you up. And then we have celebration and bounty. I feel like this is where you're heading, and this is also what helps you along the way. When you have a long journey, when you're looking forward and you're like, it can sometimes feel a little bit daunting. And so to take breaks every so often, or plan things along the way where you get to stop and celebrate, where you get to hang out with your friends, hang out with the people that you care about. And it's about finding that balance. You can't just be working and moving purposefully all the time. Sometimes you have to just kick up your heels. Sometimes you have to just spend some time with people that you care about and take a moment and be like, wow, look how far I've come. I'm actually doing pretty good. Yes, I'm feeling cautious and uncertain, but I know the very next step I need to take, and I'm going to acknowledge that. I'm going to celebrate that. And this is you surrounding yourself with other people who can celebrate that with you. Okay. So then I'm going to go to the wisdom of Avalon. The stag, pride and leadership. Yeah, this is having pride in yourself, in your own abilities, and you are moving towards a place of leadership. And this is very much about leadership. It's not even like you're trying to be a leader. It's like leading by example, and you just kind of naturally move into a place where people are like, "Wow, you have a lot of really great things to say. Let me hear more. I'm going to keep following you." Doing something. Oh, and we have the two threes here as well. I don't have my book handy, but threes are like um it's like a new, bringing something new into your life. If you think about three, like with a family, for example, you have the couple and then they have a baby, and now you you've expanded your family. You've expanded life as you know it. There's some kind of creative endeavor, something. Naomi, I look like Beyonce. No, I have never heard that in my life. Thank you. That is quite the compliment. Thank you. All right. And the goblin, the wounded human ego. Look at this guy. I love this card, actually. I really do. Um, we all have this. We all have this within ourselves, where we feel slighted, we feel hurt, and we don't want to make amends. We're like, stick our tongue out at people and go and close ourselves off. But this is what holds you back. And this is where you were. In order to become a leader, this is the part of you that you need to learn to embrace, to love, to acknowledge and say, you know what? I understand why you feel that way, and it's okay to feel that way. And now I'm going to give you the love that you feel like you didn't get from the other people or the other situations. This is a part of you that really wants your love and attention more than anybody else's, honestly. This is usually the part that gets ignored in favor of trying to please other people or do things that you don't feel like you really want to do. And communication. Yep, this is about communicating what you want, communicating who you are, communicating what you believe, what you know to be true for you. Whatever you're doing, whatever this new career move is, there's some kind of communication involved in it. Maybe you're taking communication classes. Maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're going to start giving TED Talks, or, there's something that is very much going to put you into you're going to become a star. You really are. Mm, it's exciting. And if you haven't if you haven't gotten there yet, if you haven't started it yet, try not to freak out. Because so often with situations, like, there's a reason we don't know the future, and it's because we're not prepared for the knowledge of what's to come, because we don't have everything we need in this moment to actually embody that thing, to step into that role, whatever that looks like. Um, you learn over time, and then you're naturally able to take on new things. So, wherever you're headed, it's a process, it's a journey, but it's going to take you to somewhere really amazing. And when you get there, you will be ready for it. Okay, so I'm going to look at the Osho Zen Tarot. We have inner voice. Inner voice, listening to yourself when you can be present. Hey, the Aries is here. Welcome. When you can be in the here and now and present to yourself and your life, this is when you can most hear that inner voice. Taking time to meditate really helps you to practice bringing your attention back to the here and now, because our minds, they want to just go where they want to go, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how we're wired, and that's how we've been programmed. And this is about bringing that back to the moment. And that's where your power lies. And then we have the creator, creating the life that you want. This is all about using your personal power to move forward in the direction, taking purposeful action through following your wisdom, through following your passion, your dreams. Wow. And breakthrough. Wow. I feel like there's so much energy in this reading. It's like there is very much momentum building in your life. And it's all beginning with you bringing yourself back to the moment and releasing whatever has kept you stuck or held back, making the choice to move in a new direction. This breakthrough could be you coming to this point of like, oh, okay, yes, it is time for me to begin something new. Or it could be where you're heading, where as you take on something new, as you start as you step onto your path, as you gain the knowledge and the understanding, the awareness of of things that you didn't have before, that's when the breakthrough comes. Probably there's not just one breakthrough. You will probably have several. That's a pretty big breakthrough. And both of these are about personal power, shining your inner light, being your most authentic self. Starlight. You are breaking off. You are breaking through all the things that kept your light hidden. You are starting to shine. This is who you've always been. And you're finally coming to that understanding and you're owning it. And the momentum just keeps building and building. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, I love it. All right, I'm going to look at the messenger, angelic. What are they? Angelic messenger cards. Just pulled these out recently. I've really been enjoying them, so I'm going to keep using them. Forgiveness. Yes, I talked about this. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others. That's what gets you unstuck. That's what helps you move forward confidently, build momentum. Everything happens for a reason. Life happens to you. Sorry, that was wrong. Life happens for you, not to you. Choice. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yep. It's all your choice. You have a choice to make. We often have choices in our life where we're like, I mean, they come up. It's a part of life. You have the choice to forgive or to hold on. You have the choice to move forward or stick with where you've been. You have the choice to give your power away or to own your power. There's a choice in everything. And this is about you empowering yourself through making choices that work for you, that boost you. And expression. And I love this because this lands on the pile with communication. Expressing who you truly are, your most authentic self. I think this is where the breakthrough is coming, is expressing yourself exactly as you are. And that's building the momentum, building the power within you, and you will become a leader just through speaking about what you know is right for you. Expression is a lot more than speaking too. Expressing yourself in all the different ways through how you show up in your life, and expressing to yourself as well. Putting yourself first. Not in a selfish way in terms of who cares about what other people think, or what happens to others. It's more about putting yourself first so that then you can give to others more fully, giving more love. Anyway, it's so great. So great. I'm going to go ahead and end with some spirit animal oracle cards. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Yep, the small things in the here and now. Typically, it's the small things that make up the majority of our life. And you focus on those. Let it be a meditative practice if you can. And all those small things build up to the big things. And dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. Yep. Yeah, when you're expressing yourself authentically, I think there's naturally a gentle touch that comes with that. Because you're not trying to make anybody do anything they don't want to do. You're not trying to convince anyone of anything. You're just like, "Hey, this is who I am and what I think, and you can join me or not." And either way, I respect that. And that's what brings people to you. That's what makes you such an amazing leader. Because of that respect. That starts with self-respect and then carries forward towards to others. Ooh, wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Yeah, this is the journey that you're on. You're starting something new. You're gaining the momentum as you go. You're gaining the knowledge. Changing your beliefs one moment at a time. And it becomes wisdom. Becomes wisdom going within. Owning The whole personal power thing. Yeah. This guy's very wise. Turning knowledge into wisdom. Wow. Wow. This is so great. I love this reading. Okay, there it is. um, please leave me a comment if this resonates. This is so amazing. And thank you. Thank you so much for joining me as always. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share.